is my NaNoWriMo Day 10 update! Ha! So this video is a little bit late. It is actually NaNoWriMo Day 11 today, and this should have gone up yesterday, but I was really behind in my word count by about 5,000 words, and I just didn't feel good about putting a NaNoWriMo update where I was like, oh, I'm behind and I need to catch up and things are bad, but I'll do it. So I did not vlog yesterday, as you may have ascertained, but I did do a lot of writing and I caught up on my words, and I am now at a little bit over 18,000 words, which is right on track, and I'm so happy about that. But yeah, because I didn't vlog yesterday, I'm not just gonna skip it. This is yesterday's vlog, and after I'm done with this, I'm going to make another vlog! Vlog every day in April! Kinda. Maybe. You'll see. Anyways, yeah, NaNoWriMo Day 10, 11, whatever. We are a third of the way done with NaNoWriMo, and that is awesome. And also a little bit scary, because we are only 1/3 of the way through, which means what we've done so far, we still need to do twice as much. Ugh. But I am feeling really good about it, especially after writing 4,000 words last night and catching up. And yeah, look at that graph! Look at my graph! Isn't it much better than it used to be? I think so. I'm just really happy right now. It's nice to be on track, and to all of you guys out there participating, keep going, keep writing. It is absolutely hard work, but I am telling you, it is so worth it. That feeling you get once you accomplish your goals just makes all of the difficulties and trials super, super worth it. It might even make victory better because you had to overcome so much to get there. You struggled and you fought and you worked your butt off and you earned it. You just have to keep going no matter what. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to be sharing any of my story with you this month because I haven't had time to revise it, and so it's definitely not up to my standards of, you know, this is my best writing, read it and tell me what you think. It's not at that point yet. But I want to share an excerpt with you today. Just don't judge me too harshly on the quality of this. It isn't a rough draft. I did do a little bit of revision work to make it flow nicer, but it's definitely not my best writing. So please have some faith that given more time I could make this even better. Please have faith. Believe! So here is a little bit of setup for this excerpt. I mentioned in an earlier vlog that I was having trouble with Wesley's first chapter and he kind of sounded a little bit girly, so I'm not going to read Wesley's first chapter. I'm going to be sharing the beginning of Gwen's first chapter, which is chapter 2. In Wesley's chapter, he is introduced, his family is introduced, some of the world is introduced, and he escapes the marriage meeting he was going to and ends up in the market where two guys try to pick a fight with him. And Wesley's chapter ends with these two guys roughing him up, and he doesn't want to use his magic because that will give him away, so he doesn't really know what to do, and then he sees this little blonde girl rushing over, and we enter Gwen's point of view and her chapter. And it goes a little something like this. Dad always taught me to be inconspicuous. I learned not to talk unless I had to. I learned how to blend in with the crowd and go unnoticed. I learned how to move without making a sound. And I learned how important it is to stay inconspicuous, especially in the market, and especially if I'm stealing. But when I see two huge gladiator-looking guys about to bloody up some scrawny teenager, a spark of rage ignites something else in me, and my restraint is engulfed in flames as I break one of Dad's biggest rules. Never interfere with a fight. I grab both attacking men by the backs of their shirt collars and yank them downward with all of my strength, which is quite a lot for a 17-year-old girl. Then again, most 17-year-old girls haven't spent years upon years training to become a gladiator. They weren't expecting it. The two men slam hard into the ground, groaning and writhing as their heads crack back against the pavement. Now that I can see their faces, I recognize them. They're gladiators, all right, the kind who use their strength to bully, who threaten people into giving them free meals and drinks, who think problems can't be solved without a bit of bloodshed. The kind who give us all a bad name. Jax, I say, my eyes shifting from one groaning form to another. And Micah. Of course. Micah is still rolling around too much to say anything, but Jax glares at me, scrunching up his face and snarling as he says my name, Gwen. Can't say I'm surprised the Hexer twins are stirring up trouble. Picking fights is their favorite hobby, their brotherly bonding activity of choice. I glance at the kid they were about to beat to a pulp. I don't know him, but he's my age, with dark brown hair and blue eyes. He's fairly attractive, despite the fresh bruises and bloody lip. My eyes trail from his expensive-looking cloak to his expensive-looking shoes. He'd make for a good pickpocket mark if I'd come upon him in a different situation. He seems like the type to have a nice sack of gold hidden somewhere on his person. He stares at me with some weird expression I can only take as gratitude, as if he'd hand over everything, the shoes, the cloak, and the gold to boot if only I asked for it. "Are you okay?" I venture, meeting his stare with my own. He doesn't reply. His eyes shift from mine to something off to the side, and then all of a sudden he grabs my arm and jerks me forward. My reflexes kick in too late. I stumble, finally gain control of my feet, and twist out of his grip. I look up, wondering why he turned against me when I realize he didn't. He was pulling me out of the way. Micah stumbles beside us, his punch having missed its target. Both of the Hexer twins are back on their feet. Micah's eyes gleam and Jax smiles. They were looking for a fight, and now they have one. People in the crowded marketplace are starting to stare as they realize what's happening. My bag of stolen merchandise weighs heavily across my shoulder. So much for inconspicuous. Sorry boys, I'm on a tight schedule today. I really don't have time for this. Micah and Jax exchange a quick look, then they both turn toward me and lunge forward. Fight! 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 Anyways, that is everything I had to share with you for this vlog today. So thank you very much for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me reading a little bit from Blood and Magic or Warlock Heart Gladiator. I don't have a real title, so I'm just calling it those two things in my head for now. I will have another vlog very, very soon, so keep your eyes open for that, because it's a-coming your way. And in the meantime, please have a lovely evening, or afternoon, or morning, or whatever time of day it is for you in whatever time zone you are in. Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye!